Yep, make sure the video comes back. Hindi used to be my favorite subject in school. Mr. DeCosta gave us an assignment. चाव शब्द के प्रयोग से एक वाक्य लिखिए. Write a sentence using the word चाव. My benchmate Anthony Rodriguez wrote a very interesting sentence. मैं चाव के साथ पाव खाता. Mr. DeCosta, when he read that, in anguish, embarrassment, guilt, and when he translated it to us in English, we got to know, I eat my legs with interest. With the meaning of chow in English, interest. It's anybody's guess who went home that day in a battered manner. God bless Mr. DeCosta wherever he is. Namaste, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. It's this beautiful complexity that made me take a keen interest in languages and cultures very early in my life. I know 11 languages, learning 2 more. I can sing in almost all of these languages and write poetry in 3 of them. Well, when everyone opted for Marathi and Konkani as a 3rd language in the 8th grade, I opted for French because Miss Barreto's French classes were very interesting is what I heard. On the first day, when my turn to introduce myself came in, I blurted out what my seniors had taught me, 2 lines in French, to make the first impressions. Je m'appelle Shrivallabh, et je t'aime, Mademoiselle Barreto. Which literally translated to, my name is Shrivallabh, and I love you, Miss Barreto. And Miss Barreto was not surprised looking at me. Apparently, I was not the first one that the seniors had coached. French classes of Miss Barreto was very interesting. The boys mostly occupied the first benches. And Miss Barreto was so gorgeous, especially when she turned around to write on the blackboard. And she was really gorgeous. And whenever she swirled and her skirt twirled along with her, my heart went. Pehla nasha, pehla khumar, naya pyar hai, naya intizar. What started as a fascination for the French language ended up as a crush on the French teacher. And later I got to know that Miss Barreto was actually not Miss Barreto but Mrs. Barreto. And her husband, Mr. Louis Barreto, was our geography teacher. And thus got crushed my first story of my first crush with the teacher. I went to Bangalore for further education. Now, education in Goa means education the world over. Only Goans pronounce it as education. I went to Bangalore. Hostel life was fantastic, except starting trouble in the first year. You know how these Bangalore people speak? What macha Goa wa? What you brought from Goa, man? What is your favorite whiskey brand, ah? I said, no, I don't drink. Come on, don't tell me all the something and all, okay? I know, huh? You living real means I will believe, huh? What, man? Our warden, Mr. Thomas, was a Malayali. And so were 90% of the students. I'm sorry. 90% of the students. Our warden's instructions the first day were, your day starts at 6 a.m. I want everyone in the prayer hall by 7 a.m. Your classes will be from 9 to 5. And in the evening, sports are compulsory. Every class will be given 1 basketball, 1 football, 1 volleyball, 1 throw ball, 1 tennis ball, and 2 table tennis balls. Please play with your own balls. Don't touch your serious balls. I was like, who speaks like this double innovators? I developed an immediate dislike for Malayalis. Till I fell in love with a Malayali. Now, she took me to her home to introduce me to her family. And her family asked me to sing a song. To impress them, I took off in a Malayali song. Stop! The father screamed. That was the last I heard of the family. And a week later, she stopped attending college. Apparently, the way I sang the song, it contained a lot of objectionable Malayali words. And they couldn't bear it. And that time I promised myself that henceforth I'm going to learn their language every time I fall in love. In the second year, I fell in love with a Tamil girl. And my heart went, Kadal Rojavi, Yenge ni Yenge, Kanni, Vadiyudani Kanni. By fourth year, final year engineering, right? It was a Bengali girl, Debanjali Mukherjee. And I dedicated a Bengali song to her. Itumi kemon tumi chokhe taray aina dhoru, ekemon kanna tumi amai chokuna dhoru koru. And when she heard this, she went ish. I don't know why Bengalis have an ish for everything. Ish, fish. Mishti doi, ish debashish. And even when they go to the washroom, they go to pish. At work, I got an American delegation come to our India office. And it was led by a guy called Jesus. And I was so excited to welcome them. I went and shook his hand and said, "Welcome, it's nice to have you around us, Jesus." And he said, "It's not Jesus, it's Jesus." I said, "Oh, okay, new learning." And I went to welcome his other team member. I said, "Welcome, it's nice to have you around us, Hennifer." No, not Hennifer, it's Jennifer. Now I was confused. When it came my turn to introduce my team members, I was not sure whether should I introduce Jyoti or Hyoti, Jaya or Haya, Jagannath or Bhagat. We are so blessed living in a country like India with thousands of beautiful languages and cultures. We thrive with them. Yet, we stereotype and try to put down people from every language and culture. Why? Do you think it's right? I don't think it's right. And then, what happens here is, look at the diversity. The who and who of every language and culture brings a different hue to the diversity of our country. And isn't it wise for us to accept and appreciate the diversity, learn from them, and leverage the differences to make the world a better place to live? Just the other day, I heard a shopkeeper in Mapsa saying, "Are ki tere tumi goya asa, go kukdi ulya mare. E Hindi ani Marathi sol na." The fever is spreading fast unless we act fast to appreciate, include everybody and go. There's a beautiful Konkani song that summarizes this essence of diversity beautifully. And it goes, Sannache rati, madacha savade, sarilya sobit manda, hatat galun hat, natsiya gauya, gumtacha madhur tala. Everybody! Sannache rati, madacha savade, sarilya sobit manda, hatat galun hat, natsiya gauya, gumtacha madhur tala. Goa Toastmasters.